Okay, everybody, whoever's listening, watching, I've never done this before, but after watching people do Anno 1800 on YouTube videos and screaming at the television that they ought to pave their roads or use the buffs that are available or any of the other stuff that YouTube gamers are recording, I thought, well, if I'm going to criticize them, maybe I ought to do it myself and see if I can do any better. One of the cool things about Anno 1800 is that you can play it many different ways. Certainly a shout out to Takarazuka, who I've been watching his videos quite a bit. Also to Raptor, who did a couple of Anno 1800 playthroughs. I think what I'll do is see if this works and see if there's a demand for more folks interested in videos about Anno 1800. So I'm going to walk through a new gameplay here on the campaign mode. As I said, Anno 1800 has a whole bunch of different ways that people can play the game. Personally, I've always enjoyed sandbox games. I've always enjoyed games that are a little bit more non-linear. And I think it's fair to say that Anno 1800 meets that criteria. It's a little bit more objective-driven than other builder games, but it's really I can't get enough of it. I think I've already got 500 hours in Anno, and I've been playing since certainly not since when it first came out, but since the spring when I first downloaded it. I had been seeing a lot about it, but so let's get rolling here. And this is, if you can see this, Gil Van Nostrand. I just like to make up names and I have certain naming conventions when I play this game. I also play EVE Online, and so this Gil Van Nostrand has a lot of EVE Online references to it. Regions and ships and stuff like that, but I think I'll try a new campaign with a couple of different characters that I haven't played before. But we'll stick with the campaign mode here as we go forward. I like getting the guidance. I know I probably know it, as good as anyone else, but I like getting the guidance. So I'm going to keep that here, especially for any of you who are watching this who might just be opening up Anno 1800 for the first time. I really enjoy all the different characters that are available that you can play as, and I don't have them all yet, but I have a bunch of them. And let's see, who do I want to play as? I thought that I would maybe use the Game of Thrones theme for this recording that I'll upload to YouTube. So I think my favorite house, and actually my Wi-Fi network is named House Mormont. I just love the Mormont house in Game of Thrones, especially Lyanna, who as a 10-year-old is a tough little bugger. So I'm trying to think of who might be the best representation of Lyanna Mormont here to start off a game. I guess certainly not Beryl. Maybe this gal here, or maybe this gal here. Or I suppose I could go for Jorah Mormont. He's another character there that would be a little bit more, maybe have a little bit more things here that we could look at and see. This kind of looks like Jorah Mormont, I guess. Maybe I'll pick this guy to play as. So, looks like he's a decorated military officer, so let's stick with him. What color? And for those of you watching, if anyone's watching, I do have a bunch of mods in place So you're going to see, like, especially for the trade union and the town hall area of influence, as well as the oil well area of influence. So using mods is interesting. It certainly changes the dynamic of the game, especially on those gameplay mods. But so when you know if you don't use mods and you see me, oh my God, how did that trade union get such a huge? I mean, it's because there's thanks to a mod. So what would be good? More mods were on Bear Island. That was there. So maybe a castle, since they're it's a house that has and I don't think there was a color to Mormonts. I really like turquoise, is one of my favorite colors, so I think I'll do turquoise. I've got all this stuff highlighted, and I'll play through as much of it as I can. If this first recording turns out nice, maybe I'll continue, but we'll see. But I definitely want to change the name here, so I'm going to go with Jorah Mormont. And I think I'll name the islands after the different cities in Game of Thrones. I didn't read the books, so I only know what I know from watching the series, which I just recently binged again and just finished the series once again. I think it's the second or third time I've been through it. Great TV, great TV. This is an Imperial pack. I don't know how I got that. I don't think I paid any extra for it, but that's cool. Again, because I'm not necessarily looking for an enormous challenge with the AI. I'm gonna stick to normal. I'll swap out a couple of the characters, particularly because I don't like Beryl. But I'll do customized settings here. Keep it at normal. I like the large size island, normal difficulty, lots of fertility, lots of mineral deposits. So Archipelago is the one that you have to do for campaign. That's fine. But no, we don't want Beryl. And, a bit tired of Willie. I like Princess Queen, or however you say it. Let's see who else we could include here. I've done the Anarchist. I've done some of his content already. So let's include Benta.
Oh, yes, pick me. We'll explore distant lands, sing songs, and press singular flowers.
I'm guessing since Ubisoft is a foreign company, that's why the animation doesn't match up with English. A little attention to detail for those of us that are playing in English would be nice. But let's include a 2-star person here, someone who I haven't played against. Margaret Hunt is 3 stars. I don't know if I want to go that far. Maybe George Smith or Artur Gasparov.
I am an earthbound demigod. I must be allowed to fulfill my potential.
Artur Gasparov is a self-proclaimed visionary Francophile and pursuer of architectural perfection, breaking from the mirror only to schmooze with the most important critics without little patience for others, or indeed any empathy at all. As he himself has said, every great city is ruled by its people. That's funny. I mean, so I haven't played with his content before, so I think I'll include him here, just as something different. So here's our AI. 2 single stars and a double star. That's fine. I really don't like Jean LaFortune here, so I'm going to turn him off. But as Takarazuka highlights in his videos, it's great to have trade rights with the pirates. So I'm going to leave Anne Harlow open, because at least in the previous campaign I played, I was able to get trade rights with her, and it is kind of cool to be able to sell her beer and buy some of the items that are available only through the pirate AI. So I'm going to leave her on there. And like when I first started playing, I turned all the pirates off, and because again, I just like the interaction with the game and building and the sandbox mode, and I didn't realize that I could, get a ceasefire with her and eventually get trade rights. So thank you again. Shout out to Takarazuka on his videos. High income, I like that. I kind of go for that. That's how I measure how well I'm doing or not. like to keep this off because there are moments when you can turn off production and save some money. Definitely want full construction. You know, these are easy settings, but you know, the game's challenging enough, I think. So already placed. Yeah, we want to be able to move the buildings around. There's plenty of redesigning that you have to do occasionally here. Trading post restocks. Yeah, we want to make that common. Easy city incidents. Again, this is, you know, basic settings. Want to get plenty of quest frequency high. That's another mod I have, the influence. If you've ever played Anno 1800 already, you know that influence plays a role in how you starting capital large, revealed map off. We'll keep that off so that it's kind of fun to explore. And there are no victory conditions since it goes right from the campaign line to the storyline. So I think that's it, but we could start here and we'll go through a couple of cinematics, I think. Artur Gasparov is a self-proclaimed visionary. All the same description that they provided earlier. I do like playing with the anarchists content as well. I like, you know, he encourages you to use propaganda. He has this kind of, you know, he encourages you whenever you build a trade union. And, you know, depending on your personal politics, I guess, it might be good or not good. But here's the first cinematic, so I'll shut up while we get through this cinematic because there's some narration here.
Since that day you saved my life, I have presumed I knew you. But now, 1,000 letters from your father go unopened, yet one scribbled from your sister changes everything. I didn't even know you had a sister. We are broke, old pal. We can't afford a passage back to your old world, back to your family. Not unless you suddenly remembered what work is. Dynamite fishing? You're serious? Well,
Dynamite
the village
fishing.
north is always short on food.
Yeah, so,
Remember when we escaped the pits back when? Still some dynamite.
well,
Here it is. Just get plenty of distance on the...
So we grabbed our dynamite. We got to kill these fish here, which is funny. This really seems like an odd beginning to have to engage in this kind of stuff here. But, you know, to each his own, I guess. Remember, for those used to playing, you got to point and click your right button to attack and to, or maybe it's left button.
You couldn't hit a cow's ass with a sitar.
I guess not. You know, I'm not that great at it.
They're not expecting
yeah.
queen parrotfish. Anything with fins will do.
Okay, so we killed the charred fish. Let's go
You
pick them
do
up.
have an eye for opportunity. After all, it's not TNT the locals are short of.
Sometimes you
Oh, what the chimichurri was that, Boom?
the chimichurri. Is that?
All the blistered fish they could ever want.
Yeah, blistered fish. It's great.
With that first bang, I knew it was you. So, come show me what you got this time.
Here goes some blown up fish.
Ah, that burnt reek. Ugh. Hand over whatever it is and I'll help you get rid of it.
Why would they give you a ticket to give them burned fish? I mean, you know, some of this just...
Here are your tickets. Hurry, drifters. The boat is leaving soon, and nobody wants you to miss it.
So another cinematic here.
So, this is it. We're leaving paradise behind. You never talked much about family and the like. But you're dead serious about this, aren't you? No matter. I made a vow to defend you, and I don't break an oath. Even if a blind man could see you leap into the deepest pit of dung.
I have never asked anything of you, firstborn. Not when you stole away a tiptoe, leaving the family burden at your little sister's door. Our father is accused of high treason. Dare you to believe it? Will you now stand by, knowing gentle father is indungeoned? It must kill him. Please come home. We need you.
So there's a bunch more narrative here. We get to meet our uncle.
Is it really you, dearest sibling? I never dared hope you'd return. Do you remember Bright Sands? Of course you do. We loved it here. It's changed now. The Royal Council support Uncle Edvard. Father barely cold, and he's pulling everything down.
All those houses. You never said how wealthy you were. Why were we selling fish and sleeping in barns?
Never told your friend of Good and Sons? There is much to be said, but not now. Dear father's funeral begins.
Where have you been? Without you brats, we'll never be done with this obligation.
Looks like Death claimed the wrong brother.
Word.
No matter, so few are here, when they are the few he loved most.
Nobody likes a traitor, let alone his tainted offspring. Better make yourself scarce.
Oh, you really learned to hate that uncle. He is really an asshole. Pardon my French.
We shall, dear sibling, for now. I have acquired a small island with the last of my funds, and passage for all still loyal to father. Together, we shall clear his name, or die trying.
Your sister reminds me of you. Must mean new adventures await, old pal.
This is it. Ditch water. End of the world. I hope you like it quiet.
Alright, so we've got our island here. And we start chapter 1, A Tale of Two Brothers. And we'll be getting some instructions here on what we need to do. Some tasks and
What?
objectives.
Still here? Establishing a rival company on that disheveled island?
Yeah.
Let Uncle Edvard scoff. A modest island, yes, but if you're at all like father, you'll look beyond appearances. We must shelter the good, loyal people who have shown solidarity with our family.
Okay, so we've got our first
We
objective
need
here.
every hand we can get if we are to expunge this debris.
Yeah, we're gonna get some debris out. We're gonna get some materials from that debris. You can see when you highlight these have a little backlit here, right? But we don't have any people on the island yet, so some items we'll be able to clear, and some we won't. Like this one looks like you're able to clear it even before you get people on the island. So these smaller ones we'll be able to clear up and get some materials that way. One of the things I noticed also is that some people, overproduce lumber and wood early in the game, and I don't think that's really necessary to do that. I do prefer efficiency, unlike Takarazuka, who talks about, hey, he says it right up front that he's not necessarily building for superior efficiency, which is fine. I mean, that's what the cool thing is about this game. You can play it a whole bunch of different ways. And there's several areas to clear that'll give us some materials. You can see we already got 10 wood. Here's another 5 wood. And these little suckers are going. Another thing that Takarazuka does that I generally don't do is he runs the game on fast speed. You know, look, I'm older, man. I need all the time I can get to identify, you know, what I'm doing here in these various games. So, there's a nice one we could do now. That one we can't do yet. Can't do that one yet. We got to get more people before some of these things will be, before we can take down some of these things. And we do have a limit on materials in our small trading post. You see how we've only got 75 maximum here, so I'm not going to pick up all this stuff because I don't want it to go to waste. 70, 75, that's a maximum. It'll even tell you here, if you pick it up at this point, it'll be lost because it's a surplus. So I won't pick those up yet. And some of these things we can't even do yet. We can't even clear them yet because we don't have any people. So first thing we got to do is set a marketplace, which is the central hub for our island here. And put it right there. That'll work. Yep, we gotta build a road and dirt roads. While I holler at Takarazuka for not paving his roads, I know he doesn't hear me, but I holler anyway. We gotta use dirt roads to start off with, and the cool thing is that they just cost money, not materials. The paved roads will cost bricks in order to have paved roads. So, but let's build some houses here. I do try to put stuff on a grid as much as possible, just to make it as efficient as possible. So I'll go down and do 5 in a row.
You reached a new milestone.
We already reached a new milestone. Look at that. Oh, that's nice. And we'll do 5 on this side too. Double thing of 5. Put a road around them.
Do you remain here out of spite?
Oh.
Or is this some futile attempt at competition?
Boy, they really made him a good asshole.
As you are so desperate to appear responsible, you'll be pleased to hear the cost of that fantastical funeral falls to you.
Oh, thank you, Edvard. You sucker egg.
Miserly, uncharitable dastard! Picking and choosing what he inherits.
Yeah, well, that's kind of par for the course for Edvard there. Look at our farmers bouncing up there. We need to get to 50 to hit that objective. And there's no needs yet because we are not at 50. So let's see, with the 2 farmers in each house here so far. Looks like it's getting up there. I suspect we'll get to 50 farmers with just this little bit of housing. But we could. We certainly are going to need wood. We're already down to 25, so let's pick up the rest of this. And here.
Father wouldn't have wanted us to sit on our hands while our one prospect was in such a state.
Yeah, so now we'll pick up this.
So let's gather our townsfolk and ask them to spruce the place up.
Well, they're sprucing it up. Here we go. Spruce that puppy up. I'll do my best to keep this video
Mourning
PG-13.
is eased. Now we have others for company, sibling.
But, you know, I'm a U.S. Navy
It's been a
veteran.
hard day of labour for us all. We should cater to our tired, hungry people.
You know, as I said, I
See
won't.
what slander Edvard Prince and Bright Sands.
Here comes the paper.
Samuel's child, is it? Thank heavens. I am so ashamed of every single word
You
your
should be.
uncle had me print.
Yeah, we'll fix you up here in a second. We get a chance to grab this guy and bring him to our island, so we'll do that in a minute when we get the trigger to do that.
He twists every article in his favour at our and father's expense.
So, where are we at here? We've got, if you look here, it'll show you now. This is no longer, now this is active. You can see that we have a fish need. And we meet that need by putting a fish down. Notice also that all of these industries...
a new milestone.
Ah, new milestone. How nice. We meet these needs by putting down industry. Each of these industries cost money, so... and they have to be connected.
Help enough to demolish the larger ruins. Let's breathe some life into this place.
And within, a warehouse is something we'll need too. So, looks like we now have enough people to clear some of the larger ones.
When I look into your people's faces, I see trouble. Make sure their misery doesn't become a problem.
Yeah, we don't want their misery to be a problem. We'll raise their happiness here when we get schnapps going. That's their... I guess that would be their vice as farmers.
It's been a long, hard day. The people need to rest. And maybe wet their whistles.
And we're gonna leave these materials here for pickup later, since we're at maximum again at 73 timber. But we will need timber is a major requirement of the game, so we will need to put in some timber. We may just do it as close to this as possible, so we don't have to put in a new warehouse. And we move things around as I've seen a lot of folks stretch out all the way to the end here. And start their wood collection and their timber. But then you got to put in another warehouse because it won't be able to reach. So it looks like there's some decent trees here. It shouldn't require a whole lot of replanting, right? You see where that's another thing that I differ from some is if it doesn't show 100%, I'm not gonna do it. I want 100% without any planting. Preferably. And it'll tell you here, if you plop it down here, you need 1:30 before it has enough trees to start collecting. So maybe we won't, maybe we will move and do another. I don't think we'll have the distance to the... Maybe, let's see if it's close enough to the... Oh, it's a nice straight line too. It should be close enough. Yes, it is, so that's good. And we'll put in the timber. Take care of your clothes here in a minute. Put in the timber, and now I like to make it look the way it would normally look, so it looks like I would put the logs in the back, right? It looks like the road is in the front here, so we don't want it to, if we put it right there, see how even though it covers some of the tree area, it doesn't cause a delay. So I'm gonna
timber, very good.
Right.
I'll try not to think of the coffin.
Yeah, don't think of the coffin, please. So let's see. We got a little bit of timber going in. We're really unhappy. Oh, let's make sure we put in... Oh, we can't do it yet. We're going to need a fire station. We're going to need a pub. But first, they want their booze. They want to fight for their right to party, I guess. So let's put in a potato farm, which is going to get us some schnapps. Got plenty of workers. Put it in here nice and close to the warehouse for now, and again we'll move it later out of the way so that we can enjoy a little bit more of the coastline here. And I'm gonna go right up to the edge where the trees are. It already gets us to 51, and then go down this way. Well, how close are we gonna get? Off by 1. That's fine. I'll put a little 1 square there. Because when you're doing laying down the farms, you gotta lay out the fields. And if you don't do it, it'll tell you, farms without fields? That's bananas, right? So we're gonna put in a little schnapps distillery. Let's put it right here, again, close to the warehouse. Right here, so that it'll go from, the potatoes will go from here to here, and then the schnapps will go from here to here. And it happens quicker, so that we get our product, our consumable items, right away. So we need to sustain across the region 70% of schnapps supply for a minute, and then we got to build a pub. Oh, and it's already unlocked. Here we go. So we definitely have to put in a fire station because... And again, you see how the tower is in the front? To me, that's the front of the station, so I want to put it there. Keeping it on a grid means I've got it so that it'll go right around here, and I can just put a road right around it. Fits in nicely. The pub's a little more problematic. You're not going to be able to get the grid there because it's bigger. So I could do it this way. You know, maybe put in a little green space. I think I'll do that. So I'm going to put the pub there. It's going to raise their happiness up real nice. Do a road around this. Alright. Looks like we're 1 point away. Once that schnapps starts coming in, it's not coming in yet, we'll see that their happiness will go up. And then we need some work clothes. This is a two-step process. We're going to have to put in a wool.
You make molehills out of mountains.
Well, so we got it. And look at our schnapps is getting up there. Because we've only got, what's our population so far? 160 farmers. So we don't need a whole lot of schnapps to maintain that. But let's put in the wool farm here. And I want to do it so that we'll be able to put in a silo relatively soon. This will work for now. We need 3. That's a nice little symmetrical square.
Feels an eternity since the funeral. And the cost! Oh, why, it was extortionate.
Oh, man, I really hate that guy.
You pay me now, or sell up?
I'll pay you when I'm good and ready to pay you, you stinker.
I feel sick to the stomach that Edvard could ask so much of us so soon after Father's death.
Well, because he's a jerk. No shocker, right? So we've got our wool. Let's put in our framework knitters. We're gonna be...
I'm always busy, Duck. A field don't tend itself.
Yeah, a field doesn't tend itself. But we're gonna need some more people, because it takes 50 workers for the framework knitter. So let's put another little group of houses. And now we could keep it straight as a grid by only using one row here. I think I'll do that, because then we keep a nice little grid going.
Your people are recovered and desirous to proceed. Set them to it. We're going to need as much space as we can clear.
Yeah, I know, we need space. So we've got more stuff to clear. We'll get some more materials. That'll be nice. Waiting for that last 5 farmers before I put down the framework knitter. Because I don't like going into deficit when it comes to workers.
Oh, we're in a good spot.
But I may need to... Oh, there goes one. 46, 47, 48, 50. Alright, let's put the work clothes in. I put it in here. And I think... You see how this got, like...
Watch your fingers, lad.
Lines in
Speak
the
to
front,
our humble
lines in the
cousin.
back.
He writes of a worker riot in Bright Sands.
Ooh, a worker riot.
It seems we are not alone in our contempt for Edvard.
I can't imagine we're alone, considering...
Ready to repay my charity?
Yeah, I'll pay you. There you go.
Don't think you're finished, brat.
Oh, this guy just irritates me. All right, let's see here. Let's grab some of this material here. We're gonna need
I
more clothes and storage.
loathe the reek of lanolin, but if farmers' smocks are all you have...
Yeah. All right, let's pick up some more
Is there
timber.
no limit to Uncle's shameless
There
demands?
is no limit. He is a jerk. No limit at all. So 69. One more before we hit the maximum here. Can we upgrade this yet? Oh, we need to be at workers. Okay. So we're waiting to gather some clothes in our storage here. For now, let's go find our cousin leading a mob in Bright Sands, and see if we can't liberate the proletariat. Click there, it's going to help us out. What does it say? Find your cousin leading a mob near Edvard's Great Exhibition construction site. Do we see any mob? Oh, here's a mob.
We'd rather die than stay. Our flags still wave for Samuel. Let Edvard oppress us no more.
Well, Now we've got to find 5 riding mobs. There's one. There's another one. And they'll be all around here. Oh, there's another one. And one right behind it. So we're up to 4. We just need one more. Here's one more. Now we're going to have a cutscene.
A life away from Edvard? We're on board. Only we've no ship to get on board of.
Well, that's a problem, isn't it?
If you pick me, you may have my boat. It's my poor aunt's legacy. Her second husband was a decent sailor.
Well, I think we could do that. Cool thing is we can click right on it. Should take us right to the editor. There's our little indicator there. Let's zoom in and see what that editor looks like here. Oh, they're striking. Power to the people. Solidarity. So, he's a chubby fella. So let's grab him and he'll give us a boat. Select the editor's ship and harbor, which is right here. Now I think we get a sign.
Really, entirely marvelous to meet you. And that we may show truth, or anything, actually, in my, our broadsheet.
Our printing press.
Everybody on board? Good. I shiver at the thought of staying here another second.
Let's snag him out of Bright Sands, and Edvard's not going to like this, but to heck with him.
What? Has your cleft of the family no shame that it now resorts to abducting my workers? The Queen's ambassador himself shall hear of this.
Oh, now we meet Archie.
Abduction is a severe accusation.
Indeed.
And if I may, excuse me, a false one. We left Edvard quite willingly.
Pencil polishing popinjay. I should have been rid of you long ago.
Pencil
I see
polishing
nothing
popinjay.
criminal. A bit of interfamilial bickering is only natural, and hardly a matter for the crown. And as for you, I have quite forgotten my manners. Sir Archibald Blake, ambassador and confidant to the Queen. Despite the circumstances, Her Majesty and I were pleased to hear of your return. Your father's death was a tragedy. We regret he never had the chance of a fair trial.
Nice digs, Archie. I like that
The
house.
real tragedy here is the vast funeral bill that goes unpaid,
Dude.
while this brat is living the life of O'Reilly.
Sadly, your uncle has indeed alerted me to some floating liabilities. I fear you have no choice but to settle them if I am to grant you your crown shipping license.
Edvard registered the debt officially.
What a douche.
Don't worry, that old tyrant can't hold us back anymore.
Indeed. Once my letterpress is up and running, the truth will come back to haunt Edvard. For your hospitality, please use my ship howsoever you may wish.
Oh, we'll use it.
Now that sounds like good news.
Indeed, indeed. We get a first ship. New buildings have been unlocked.
As to the debt, my hands are tied, but it may warm Her Majesty's heart to see a new enterprise taking shape.
Yes, a new enterprise taking shape right here on Ditchwater. Which reminds me, we have to change the name here. We should make it Bear Island. In fact, let's do
Maybe
that right now.
Edvard will try to prevent us owning a shipyard. But for now, let's at least house those workers.
Bear Island, the ancestral home of House Mormont. So all you gotta do is highlight the letters and we type over it. And now we are on Bear Island. So we need to upgrade workers. We need Edvard to contact us. We have to have 4 work clothes and storage. Let's see what our storage. We have 1 currently in there. We got plenty of fish, plenty of wood that's churning away. That's nice. Got some schnapps in there. A few potatoes, not many. but we need to upgrade to workers so that we can upgrade our small trading post and get some more storage. Storage is really important because you want to. The way I play the game is I tend to overproduce things because you can sell it. You can, I think it gives more flexibility if you're able to have more storage. So, and you can see here, it already says that we're full output storage, so we're not generating any more timber out of this. What do they call these things? Sawmill? Yeah, we're all full up. So we'll expand that once we get to expand that. So we can look and see how our needs are being met. All the needs are being met here. Look on our houses, and it'll tell you all the needs are being met. And the happiness, they're close to the pub, they got their schnapps. So 10 out of 10, that means we can upgrade. And we've got 80 farmers, so we can upgrade to workers. Should we do a whole sleeve of them? Well, let's see. This little upgrade button makes it easier, shows you all the houses that are available to upgrade. And let's just do one row for now, because
You reached a new milestone.
It'll trigger a new milestone. Age of Industrialization. It'll give us more stuff to clear
With
here.
several passionate young reporters enlisted, our publishing house is already well underway.
Good. I think he's going to get us a little cut for the paper here.
Workers can handle stubborn debris on ditchwater. If it's to be the center of our new enterprise, it needs to be immaculate.
Okay, so this, I think, is going to give us bricks. Let's clear that. Can we clear this, too?
Our dream
Clear
of a
that.
shipyard is impossible without plenty of qualified hands.
We gotta clear this, too. That'll get, oh, that's nice. We'll get some bricks. There's a few more spots up here. Clear that. There's some more wood. We'll take it. It's free. Might as well. Let's see what we get. Here's bricks. Bricks. Nice. We like that. We like the bricks. More bricks up here. Thank you. I'll take those. And we'll see this. I think this gives us more wood. Let's see what it gives us. Bricks. Nice. We'll take them. There's a couple more spots up here. I think these are going to give us bricks. There's a spot up here. Clear off this debris, as they call it, using their accent. Wood. But we don't want to take that yet because storage output is full. So let's upgrade our storage spot here. So we can, I think it doubles our capacity. Upgrade, yeah, look at that. So maximum of 150 now. So we can take all this stuff that we cleared, all these materials. Materials. Bricks. Some more materials here. We'll take those. And a couple more spots over yonder. Should give us some more materials to work with. Some more wood. Any more spots?
Tell me you've managed something.
Yeah, I got your clothes. Here, take them.
Baba, black sheep, have you any wool? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 4 bags full.
If you feel like you want to smack this guy, you're not alone because he is a total jerk. Like I said, I'm going to try and keep this PG-13, but, occasionally I might let one rip. So let's get rid of that. I think that's going to be most of the, if not all, of the areas we need to clear in this part of the map. I don't think there's any more materials that we can abscond with for free. So there we go, a little bit more, a few more bricks. Good, so we got 20 bricks, 100 wood. And as you can see now, the sawmill is going again. Oh, we got a little quest. Let's see what the quest is.
I'm happy as a sandboy. Will you build us another castle?
Yeah, I think we will. And it gives us an item. This drill is good to increase our brick productivity. Or actually the clay pit, not the brick thing, but we do need that, so.
Far
What does
be
he
it
want us
from
to
us
build?
to make the foreman
Oh,
work.
he's just giving it to us for free. Right. Okay, I'll take
Not
that gift.
bad for a big boss.
Not bad at all. Let's see. I think our clay pit.
I have discovered some inefficiencies we ought to address.
Yeah, let's address those inefficiencies, and plus, we get to put down a labor union, trade union. So we're going to go across the river here. That'll take us a little bit of wood, and go out to the clay pit. And I think it takes 50 workers for a clay pit. Yeah, so we'll get the clay. We're going to have to upgrade some more workers so we can start manufacturing our own bricks. Put the clay pit down first. We're going to need another warehouse up here. This will never reach all the way. So let's put the warehouse, let's put it here. And we don't have enough workers yet, so let's put some more housing in. Got plenty of materials. A little set of houses here. We're going to need to increase our production of work clothes and schnapps to keep them happy so that we can upgrade to more workers. And I'm going to stop just for a minute.